I am truly honored to welcome you all tonight to come together during Global Entrepreneur Week in North Texas to lift up, celebrate, and center the incredible work of early childhood entrepreneurs across our region. As you know, childcare is the backbone of the economy in the workforce. And tonight, we're going to show you just why. When educators open up their homes, centers each morning, they're not just caring for children. They're making it possible for parents to work, for businesses to run, and for communities to thrive. Childcare is economic infrastructure. And when childcare is strong, families are strong, workplaces are strong, and the economy is strong. Tonight is about honoring that truth. It's about recognizing innovation and leadership that lives inside family childcare homes and childcare learning centers, and especially 24-hour learning centers across North Texas. We have an amazing panel of leaders who represent excellence, innovation, and commitment to the field. Please help me welcome our panelists. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so honored to have you all here with us tonight. We are here to celebrate Entrepreneur Week. When I say Entrepreneur Week, North Texas Entrepreneur Week, I had a lot of friends posting about it. The organization posts about it all the time. And I was like, you know what? We cannot talk about entrepreneurship and business without talking about childcare, right? Why? Because we are the workforce behind the workforce. We are the reason why employees have employers. Employees. We are the reason why parents can go to work. We are the reason why young students like myself at one time was able to go to work because I was able to get childcare assistance and send my children to pre-K and preschool while I was at school and work. And so I knew that I'm very connected to the early care and workforce here in North Texas and national as well. But I was like, you know what? I want to bring forth some ladies who are doing amazing things here in North Texas to showcase their work. So I am so glad that you guys are here with us to hear what these ladies have to say. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Jacqueline McDonald Show, where we discuss everything childcare and provide a platform for early educators to shine. So, on this panel, we have Carmeia White, Carmeia's home childcare located in Arlington, Texas. Hey, Carmeia. And then we also have Roslyn Chaney, Future Scholars 24/7 Home Childcare Center located in Grand Prairie, Texas. We also have Wakeisha Chase of Little Einstein Learning Centers. He has several centers, and I cannot wait for you guys to learn about them. We have Danyell Smith from Journey's Child Development Center located in Grand Prairie, Texas. We have Monicha Neal from Treasure Chest Learning Center located in Fort Worth, Texas. Tell childcare entrepreneurs all across the world, sometimes people say, well, they don't invite me to the table. We don't have a table. Well, I'm here to tell you, early childhood educators, you are the table, right? If you do not have a table, create your own table. I did, right? And so have my colleagues as well. And so we're here because we have a story to tell, right? We are the workforce behind the workforce, right? So you guys, what inspired you to become a child care entrepreneur?
My kids actually inspired me to become a child care provider.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the love that I have for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So once I was laid off work from having to have surgeries, I couldn't figure out what to do with myself. You know, at home going crazy, and my kids were just like, Mom, you love babies. Have you thought about doing this? And I hadn't thought about it at all. And I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. And so I did, and it'll be 10 years next month.
Mm.
So, and I love it.
Yes.
I love to see kids just grow.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit people to kids that's talking to me now. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
My inspiration.
Who else wants to go next? What inspired you to start your childcare business?
What inspired me? I became a childcare entrepreneur because I saw firsthand the gap between what families needed and what was actually available. And as a working parent myself, I used to work 9 hours back office in a bank. And I understood the stress of finding safe and consistent, reliable care. So especially outside of traditional hours, because I worked outside of traditional hours. And I realized that I wanted something better for my own family and community. So I had to build it myself. And that's how I became Future Scholars 24/7 Childcare for 16 years now.
Yes.
I probably don't even need this. So just growing up, I come from a very large family. I was always one of like the designated babysitters because I was one of the older cousins. So I always enjoyed being around children. My aunt told me the other day, I let you watch my 6-month-old, you were 12, you know. But I didn't think anything, I just left, you know. And so when she told me that, I just knew that I was born to do this. So I had the opportunity to work in the field prior to opening up my own child care facility. And I had the desire to do it at that point because I had the opportunity to go into so many home centers and early learning programs, and just taking those like, oh, I like they do that. If I ever get a center, I'm going to do that. And then I saw some things that I did not want to do, and so it really inspired me to, once I had the opportunity to just jump on it. People thought I was crazy, but next month, our first location, we've been open for 7 years. So, and since then, we've grown to 3 locations and a Mother's Day Out program. So.
Yay.
Well, for me, I started working in childcare, and I just became the that girl. I could do anything from cooking to running the office to every classroom. And so when I met a dear friend, Cesare, we took a class together, and she was like, "Girl, why don't you open your own in-home?" And I'm like, "I don't know anything about it." And she was like, "Well, I'm gonna help you." So her and her husband came over, and she helped me through everything. And this has just been my craft for the last 24 years, and I've been owning my own for the last 16 years.
Yes, I think that my life with kids started, I was 14 and I worked at a Boys and Girls Club. And so I was an activity leader, I had the little kids, and it just kind of progressed. I went to school, to college, I got my degree in business management, but first job I had was at a daycare center. I was an infant teacher. And so 20 years later, I opened my own center, and I've been open 6.5 years.
Yay. Thank you. And so I have a special connection with each one of these ladies on the stage, and I'm just so excited to share what you do with everybody across the world. So, how does your program support working families in North Texas?
Well, we open at 5 a.m. in the morning, so that helps out not only your typical family that works 8 to 5. So if you have a warehouse job, if you work in a restaurant, we used to be open until, I believe, maybe 10 at night. We were from 5 to 10. So that's how we get a lot of our families, because we open at 5 a.m. So it helps the community out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, at one point I was going 7 to 7, and that would help parents out as well with the times they work, especially those, different shifts. And at the beginning of this year, I decided to go 24 hours because I found the need of parents that work overnights at different places, as far as the warehouse workers, say hospitals, nurses, they need those non-traditional hours just as well. Now, some people don't have family, so, they look for childcare. And that has been pretty good for me as well. So, that helps.
Mhm.
I think that I provide a safe environment. I found out in Grand Prairie that most of the centers, there's not a lot of centers, but most of the centers close at 5:30, 6, and so my hours are from 6:30 to 6:30. So it helps those parents that get off at 6 and still have time to pick up their kid.
Mhm.
Well, with Future Scholars, we support families by offering reliable, extended our child care paired with transportation. I have a transportation service too. And our parents work shifts in hospitals, warehouses, manufacturing plants, airports, restaurants, and more. First responders, we allow them to accept jobs so they can increase their income and stay employed. And we're open 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Mhm.
So one of the things with our recent expansion, I would say locations, because within the last couple of months, we've had families that have moved in different parts of the city, and instead of them having to transfer to another center, they were actually able to just transfer to another location. So that was one thing. We also have a Mother's Day Out program. And so that particular program is unique for those stay-at-home moms or the work-from-home moms that they want to have that time with their children, but they're just wanting a program that offers, 2 days out of the week. So that's one thing. But I know many of these ladies probably need this as well, but even with the recent furlough, I've allowed some of my parents to still come and didn't pay one single dime because I knew that they were still going to be required to go to work. And so we, definitely provide more ways than just, our operating hours, but we really do provide, a lot of support to the families that we serve outside of the operating hours as well.
Mhm. Thank you. And we live in North Texas. I live in Arlington in particular, and these ladies live all across the north in Arlington, Texas, Grand Prairie, Fort Worth. And so in our area, we have so many companies. We have the Ranger Stadium, we have the Dallas Cowboy Stadium, the hotel industry, and these ladies fit that need right there. So thank you all for sharing that. And for the 24/7 programs, how do extended offers meet workforce needs? I think you answered that already, Roslyn. But Carmeia, you recently went to 24/7 care as well. Why did you decide to go to 24/7 care?
Because I found that people were actually looking for
Mhm.
those hours, those
Mhm.
days. I would get calls and they would want to know if I was, doing, say, they worked Sunday through Wednesday, or either some work 12-hour shifts at the hospitals, and things like that. So I actually thought about it, and that's what made me do it because it's a need,
Mhm.
for those parents that work non-traditional hours.
Mhm.
So that's why I decided to go ahead and go 24 hours. I might have a child on the weekends, on a Sunday, 14 hours.
Mhm.
But that's because that parent has to work,
Exactly.
so, and that's fine.
Mhm.
Spare my house, you ain't gonna-
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
So,
And
yeah.
right.
So that's why I did it.
Okay. And Roslyn?
And our 24/7 model keeps the workforce moving, and it prevents parents from losing job opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, with that being said, what would happen to our economy? What would happen to our economy if reliable childcare wasn't available? Wakeisha, you just said that, hey, some of your government workers was on furlough, so you were there to offer care at no cost for your families. But what would happen if we all closed our doors?
The workforce would collapse.
Yes. Exactly, exactly. There is a day without childcare, right? That day is designated for early childhood educators to come together as a collective to show the world that, hey, if we close, you cannot go to work. And parents participate, companies participate because they know how important a day without childcare is. Okay, so my next question is, what challenges do you guys face as early childhood entrepreneurs, and how do you overcome them?
Challenges,
You want a mic?
staff, um, uh, well, with the CCMS, because our center is 95% CCMS, and so with this freeze for the last 2 years, it was challenging at first, but we just you adjust to what you have and you make the best out of it. We're learning to help our parents, making sure that they recertify so they won't lose their CCMS. Even coming to let them use the computer to find jobs, because if you don't have a job, you don't get childcare. So that has been a challenge for us the last few years, but just with the community and us helping the parents, we we've been okay.
Yes. Somebody else wants to share?
I would probably say staffing, because our businesses, these are our babies. This is our vision. And a lot of times when you're onboarding new people, you could try to share that same vision, try to get them to understand where your heart, where you want the center to be as far as quality goes. And in the beginning, everybody's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And then you start walking around and you're noticing that no, you can't do that. And so it does put you in a delicate space, because after you notice those individuals, they cannot live up to the expectation and meet those standards, either we're having to force them out or we're having to let them go. And the challenge of finding someone that actually can pass a background, and that would actually be qualified to be employed with us, is a huge challenge. Not only that, but the challenging behaviors of the children. There has been an uptick in the amount of children that we're receiving that are possibly on the spectrum, and the teachers that we're able to employ don't want to come and work for the amount that we're able to pay them. And so I know even, yesterday we were doing trainings at our centers for the teachers to understand how to work with those children while they're in the classroom. But yet and still, we can only pay so much for them to retain with us. So I think those are the biggest challenges that I have right now.
And so for some of our family childcare homes, what challenges are you guys facing, if any?
I'm kind of the same way as far as, I'm gonna say staffing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because there are times when I want to attend different meetings that's going on during the daytime, and I can't do that if I don't have staff.
Yeah.
And I did have someone that was there. She's been there 3 years, so I had a chance to mold her, I'm gonna say, because like you said, they come in there, they thinking they can do the job until they start doing the job. And then it's just like, okay, it's a lot. Yes, it's a lot. So, I had a niece working for me, and she thought it was gonna be easy. It wasn't. So, she had to leave. But, like I said, the girl that I did have there, she good. She was really good. And now that she found her passion is what she wants to do, and she's gone, and I'm doing everything again by myself, I'm just like, okay, it's hard to find somebody that actually is gonna come in and do the job. And gonna love the job, because there's some work to do. You're not just taking care of kids, you're also doing paperwork and classes. So to them, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's
You guys want to share?
And I agree with the ladies, staffing. Staffing is one of the number one things. Funding is too. Transportation cost, because a lot of parents work those odd hours, and we have to bring the kids to school for before and after care, so we transport them to and from school. So, and then when it comes down to the funding part, I have three autistic kids. They're all the siblings. One is in Arlington ISD, so she has her IEP. But then I have two 2-year-old twins that's not even diagnosed, and the mom can't get a doctor's appointment until next year. So I'm like, I try to overcome these things by partnership with, I'm on a partnership with MMHR. I try to do problem solving, like talking, like I was talking to some of the ladies tonight to see how I can, get in with MMHR. And I expand my transportation because a lot of my parents don't have the means to pick up their kids or be able to go and pick up their kids from school and all of that stuff. And I remain TRS4 because that's Texas Rising Star, because they are right now helping us with a lot of funding and all of that stuff. So, and just staying purpose driven.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And so I know you guys are hearing some acronyms. So for those of you who are not familiar, take Texas Rising Star. TRS is Texas Rising Star. That is our state's quality rated QRS program as well. You mentioned CCMS. That is our one of our funding agencies, Childcare Associates, Childcare Management Agency. That's where our subsidy money comes from in Tarrant County. In Dallas County, it's Childcare Group. So if you hear CCG, CCMS, those are some of the terms for those of you who are not familiar. So, okay, now we talked about the challenges. And one reason why I picked you guys is because you guys come up with solutions, right? Wakeisha, you mentioned making sure that your family still had care when they were on furlough. But you guys also do amazing things in the community. So what innovative approaches have helped sustain or grow your business? And another thing, you guys have been in business for a long time. And even though you have some staffing challenges, you have a core staff that has been with you since day one. What makes them stay? I know, but I'm just going to y'all tell them. All right, so what makes them stay, and what have you guys done? What have innovative approaches that have helped you grow and sustain in your community? Let's start with you, Monicha. I just seen on Facebook the other day, what was you guys doing out there?
We were feeding the less fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
We do that. Last year was our first year doing it with our center, and so we just make it a yearly thing. So we fed breakfast, coffee, we gave out clothes, hygiene items, just different little stuff to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
And so with our families, we do different things. We do breakfast with Santa, and so they'll come and eat breakfast. The kids will get a toy. We do giveaways for the parents, such as like TVs, and maybe we did some Nintendo Switch, iPads, different stuff like that to help out the parents, because, in this economy, you can't really afford to buy your children a lot, especially when you have 4 and 5 children, and we have big families. So we try to do a lot of family engagements to help out our families, and we're always doing something to give back.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And so you, Danyell, one day I walked into Journey's Child Development Center, and it was a dentist office just set up in there, and they were giving children and parents resources. Danyell, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So every year, I believe it's in February, March, April, a local dentist office, they're our community partners, so they've been coming out since our first year being open. So they come out every year, they read books to the children, they teach them about brushing their teeth, they bring like a big alligator and a big toothbrush, and all of the kids get a chance to brush the alligator's teeth. And so they are a great community partner. They give out the little gift sets with the toothbrush, toothpaste, and floss and all of that stuff. So that's one of the things that we kind of look forward to, because they come and they come and take over. We bring all the kids out to we call it the big room, so all the kids get to come out and participate. And then we also have community partners with Harmony is a school that's probably about 2 miles away. So they call all the time for us to come and set up tables for meet the teacher night or for PTA or whatever they have going on. So I think that our relationship with the community partners has really helped because they call all the time.
Wakeisha, would you like to?
Let's see.
So I follow all these ladies on Facebook. That's how I know all their business.
So, our most recent expansion, we actually partnered with a shared working space. And so it is a community working space. So the idea was that when the families would come in or the moms would come in to work, that they would be able to bring their babies with them. And we provide the childcare while they're able to sit in the coffee shop and work. So that is one thing. Another thing that we do is Parent University. And so we do partnerships with several banks, pediatricians and whatnot. And the idea is that we are providing training for the whole family. So yes, we take care of your child, but we also want to provide resources and information so that way the parents are getting what they need to improve the family as a whole. So those classes could be from financial literacy, budgeting, to a realtor talking to them about how to look through a lease and working on their credit to actually get a home. And so we've actually had some of our families take some of this information and be able to start the home buying process over the years. So that's something that we offer to the families monthly. It is free. I try to encourage them to get on because I'm like, it's free information, but those are some of the things that we do.
And so our family homes, you guys also do parent engagement activities. So what are some of the parent engagement activities you guys do?
The last one I had was I had a CPR class for all the parents to come, and it was free for all them to get the CPR, the ones that didn't have it, so they can learn it. You know, just in case they never know when they might need it.
Yeah.
We did CPR. I also did one on communicable diseases because they really need to know that one.
Head, foot, mouth.
Not baby feet, but not baby seed.
Yeah.
I did that as well, also, you know, for them. I've had different events where other parents and, parents and kids come, we hang out and just do different things, especially around Christmas time. I get all the kids a gift, get the parents also gift cards, and we just eat and enjoy each other. And they get to know each other, so that's one way for all the parents to meet and engage themselves. So they know their child hanging around,
Yes.
so they know who's getting.
Yeah, and we do like donuts with dad. We do cultural things to learn different cooking habits from different parents. I also buy all of my kids Christmas gifts every single year. And then with my transportation service on a Saturday, if I have majority after school is on a Saturday, then I team up with a Little League team, and then I'll be able to bring them to the football practice or cheerleading practice. So that way, if that parent is working, their child gets to participate in extracurricular activities.
Yes. Thank you. And so all of us are a part of a network, the Early Childhood Network, whether it is Educational First Steps, Early Childhood Alliance, our subsidy agencies, Childcare Group, CCDG, ADFW Family Childcare Network, right? So I just want to point out about why is it so important to be plugged in and to be a part of a network. You have mentioned earlier, Carmeia, about substitute care. I want to tell you guys something. So for me to be able to go to meetings and different things that our city had going on, when my employees, when I was in between employees, I leaned on my network. Carmeia was one of those people who I was able to say, hey, how many kids you got? Can you keep one of my kids today? We was in ratio licensing here. And we had everything we needed to have. So yeah, we did, right? And then also too, shouts out to Miss Pat, who's in the audience as well, who was able to be a part of my village, so that way I can go on and get information and come back and share with our network. So why is it important to be a part of a network? Anybody want to go?
It permits, you won't burn out, won't have a burnout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, other people don't understand what we go through on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
And so as much as you try to, talk to them and explain what happened during your day, they really don't understand to the depth of what a child care owner or director goes through day in and day out. And I literally, my best friend is an artist, I'm not gonna cry, but I rely heavily on her because, like I said, you have to have those people that you can just vent to and them make you think that, like you're not crazy, like it's gonna be okay, But I think it's important that you really connect with people that I don't want like that yes person, and I don't want that person that's like, just let you to complain and not like, at the end of the call, like, okay, now let's flip it up. How can we make it better? And so I think that having those connections and staying plugged in, even now it's like, okay, I'm gonna do a CPR class for my, you're able to get ideas and it helps us grow, and it keeps us motivated and uplifted because these past couple of years have been very challenging. But when I see, some of my ECE friends, I'm always excited, but I think it just reassures you like it's gonna be okay, just keep pushing.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I think that being in a network, like you said, you can actually call people and lean on them, because I swear I call Monicha every time I have something going on. Like, girl, can you help me, please? Tell me what to do. But one of the things I remember is when I initially opened my center, I was like, I'm not doing transportation. I just had this idea, I'm not doing transportation. I think I was open for a couple of months. And Monicha was like, why you not gonna do transportation? I just didn't want to do it. And I swear, like, 3 weeks later, I'm doing transportation. And so, honestly, transportation is what helped keep us afloat during this, time in the economy. I'm 90% CCMS, state-funded children as well, and as we all know, it's been 2 years. But transportation is what has saved us, because I was losing kids left and right, but also parents were calling all the time, hey, can you pick up my kid? Can you pick up my kid? So now we run, 2 buses, and so our after-schoolers have doubled, which has made up for the children that we're missing in that 0 to 5, I guess you would say.
So I would say you guys have found innovative solutions, even though we are going through challenging times, to stay open. And I wouldn't say complaining, but raising your concerns about what's going on, but at the same time, finding innovative solutions to keep on going. And so that brings me to my next question. What support do you need from policymakers, business leaders, or your community to thrive? I would say policymakers right now. I see Roslyn, she ready. But let me give you a little history right now. So right now in the state of Texas, our current waiting list is over 100,000 children right now, right? And it was, 95,000, and it kept creeping up. So it's like 100,000 right now, right? That is a problem. It's a huge problem. And let me say, in the 87th legislative session, child care centers in the state of Texas were mandated to, if you receive child care scholarships, to become Texas Rising Star. Some of these ladies were, I think all of you guys were already Texas Rising Star, so you guys didn't have to worry about that. But child care centers across Texas rose to the occasion, especially in Tarrant County. We had one of the highest numbers, I must say. Tarrant County, hey. But anyway, what happened was when all these centers became Texas Rising Star, that means that more money went towards the Texas Rising Star program, the administration, and so that meant less seats as well. Less seats meaning less children receiving subsidy. So what I'm saying is, if we were charged with, in the 87th legislature, to become Texas Rising Star, which we did, right, I feel, and this is my personal opinion, that our state should also be charged with matching our child care block development grant at 100%, not just the amount to receive the child care block grant right now, right? And so what support do you need from policymakers right now to help with our issue that we have in Tarrant County, well, in Texas, period? Anybody?
Well, for one, increase funding, because there is too many kids on that waiting list. Parents out here struggling, and they're on a waiting list. They need to come off. So I'd rather for the funding to go to that and then it's like it's a domino effect. Increase funding so the kids will come off the waiting list, and then we'll have our enrollment up. Then everybody will be happy, parents will be able to go to work. I think it should be higher reimbursement rates, workforce, resources for the staff, and 24-hour childcare has to be recognized as an essential infrastructure.
Anybody else? Well, I'll also add. So one of the ways that we can do that is by us banding together and advocating, right? And so advocacy starts right now. We just came from the 89th legislative session, right? So right now it's time to prepare for the next legislative session. We have a lot of childcare agencies, advocacy agencies across Texas, right? And every year they all come up with bills and different bills, and then they call us, right, to testify for these bills or ask us, what do we think, and work with us as well. That is fine and dandy. But I just want all early childhood educators to know, guess what? We have the power. Right? And what we need to do the next time our friend agencies, our partner agencies ask us, hey, what do we need? We need to advocate for one bill across the state of Texas saying that we need more money going towards our child care development block grant. That's where the funding comes in to support our programs, especially programs like all of yours, because you all are at least probably about 90% subsidy, and most of our friends also in the audience as well. So us coming together as a collective saying, hey, this is what we want. We do not want 18,000 bills saying different things. We want one bill that says we need more money, right? What do you guys think in the audience? So we're here to take audience questions and also remarks. So y'all don't need no money for your child care center? I know y'all do.
Roslyn, what kind of workforce supports for the staff can you explain that a little bit, expound on that?
I guess training for one, inclusion training, because we have special needs, and they have to be, because I used to be a inclusion assistant in Arlington ISD, and they have to be knowing how to work with these kids, and not waiting 30 days. I know CCMS, you have to wait 30 days for them to come out, but our policy is 2 weeks. We give them 2 weeks to see if there's a good fit for our program. So I was telling asking CCMS to bring it down to 2 weeks. We shouldn't have to wait 30 days, because these babies some of them are not diagnosed. Then you have assistants. Well, I'm not doing all of that for that little bit of money, so they all over the place, and everything is just like it goes apart. So I think the first thing is with the special needs inclusion training.
Thank you. Bertha?
That's predominantly, yeah, because I'm experiencing that right now.
Thank you. I'm Kim Shaw with Early Learning Alliance, and we have we have a inclusion early learning conference coming up in
February? February. Yep.
It's gonna even work. I will send, I think Jolita has the information, but I'll make sure that she has it to send it out. And it's specifically for administrators and directors. And I think that will get us at the starting point of what needs to be done. And then we can continue. Glass of wine, yeah.
Yeah, I want to add, so as Kim said, she's from the Early Learning Alliance, and I just want to say thank you to the Early Learning Alliance, because we had several committee meetings, and we were talking about what is one thing that we need, and we talked about more inclusion and training, and they stepped up to the plate, and they're providing that service and that training and more resources for us. So that is the power of community and collaboration, in our community really tapping in with the early childhood workforce. When I say tap in, like we sit at tables together. We are invited to all the meetings to talk about our needs and what we want. So thank you so much to our early learning community for really listening. Thank you. Oh. Okay, any more questions in the audience?
We need help with the inclusion services and needs. But my only concern is like when we're asking for this help, who are we really asking for the help from? Because we're asking for inclusion help. CCMS, they have the inclusion program. No one really ever comes out to check on those inclusion children. So it's like we're kind of beating a dead doorknob. Like, who are we really asking to help us when it comes to these children with childcare behaviors, with autism, ADHD? Because the school districts evidently are already dropped the ball, because TEA is in their systems now. So we can't reach out to the school district. When we go talking to other people, all they're saying is, oh, well, talk to the therapist. The doctors are doing that. What help can the childcare facilities receive for these children who have not even reached school age time to be diagnosed? Because the schools are telling some of these parents, oh, we have to wait till they're 7. Oh, we have to wait till they're 5. We're dealing with these kids since birth, and we see autism as early as 6 months. So who do we now reach out to? It's never a real answer on who are we asking, or who do we look for help in that area.
Pastor Mac.
I can talk loud. One organization that you can reach out to is Help Me Grow MHMR. I think she mentioned them earlier as well. But you can start there, and I want your information so that I can be of assistance for you, because that is something that's really important to ELA, and we want to help. We have a lot of community partners and organizations that we don't know, as a whole, we don't know. And so there are other opportunities and other agencies out there that can assist. What you about having someone come into your child care center. I think that's a fabulous idea. It's not happening yet, but educational first steps is thinking about how to do something like that. So, y'all, we are talking about these things, but it just doesn't happen right away because the money's just not there. But the people who are part of the systems and helping change the systems know what your needs are and want to do the things that are right for y'all and your business, your families.
Okay. Mhm. Oh, wait, you want to have?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can talk.
Okay.
I've been talking about inclusion for the past 11 years. 11 years. These babies are out here. They're out here now, undiagnosed. I need answers like now because these parents losing their minds. They don't even know what to do. They need counseling because they don't know what's going on with the kids. I have 3 siblings, all 3 of them. And I know we're not supposed to diagnose, but it's clear. It's clear as day. They are autistic. And there is no one I can reach out to. I want to see CMS. I call them once a week. When y'all coming? I called the other day. It was a voicemail. Oh, we're swamped with loaded cases or something like that. We need answers. And I'm just going to keep it real. We need answers. These babies out here is being left behind.
Well,
And I was just gonna add that pediatricians do not want to diagnose.
Right.
So then that's where it also falls on the parents too, because the parents are trying to get services, and we're trying to help them get services, but then you have pediatricians that are going, oh, well, as long as they're happy, or as long as they're okay, why did you push to get them into school?
Right.
So it falls on the physicians as well.
and so like she said, I guess one resource that we can tap into, once again, is Help Me Grow North Texas, and also attend the conference that ELA is hosting because they have a lot of information and resources there, and just keep speaking up. And also reach out to local therapists. The earlier Children's Alliance Center. I was just there the other day with one of my family members, and they said, we offer services where we come out and to the community and stuff like that. So I guess this is one issue we're gonna need to just keep talking about and keep raising because it's very, very important, especially coming off of COVID. We have a lot of COVID babies who are experiencing a lot of challenges, and I just appreciate you all lifting up this concern, and we are going to keep raising our voices and getting and trying to get the help that we need. And once again, thank you to the community agencies that are here right now. That says a lot that you guys are here and here to listen to what we have going on and to also to help us solve these issues that we have. Do we have? Yes,
Can I add one more thing?
you can.
I'm Diana, I'm with Kaleidoscope Child Development Center in North Dallas. And then the other thing that we're seeing is CCS is only accepting special needs children. They're high level, priority. So now, that's why we're inundated with special
Yep.
needs because
That's
that
right.
is getting off the wait list. And we're 90% CCS, like most everybody else here. And we have been since 2000.
Yep.
So I'm like, now a lot of the centers like us that had CCS back in 2000 when we had peanuts for money, struggling. Now we don't have the children, so we're back to peanuts and struggling again.
Yep.
So, but if all we're getting are special needs children, and we've always accepted them, and we've always tried to help our parents get as much services as they can. But now we have classrooms that are just, they're not inclusion classrooms anymore, they're just special needs classrooms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's like this huge shift in our center.
Tell it. Because mine's on my group.
They're having staffing trouble. They're having staffing trouble because we have all these challenging children, and we don't have enough staff that's qualified to even deal with them because the parents are at their end with them. That's why they're at daycare for 12 to 14 hours out of the day because they need a break from their autistic child just to think about.
Yeah.
I've had 2 staff leave because of it in my preschool classroom. So last week I literally had to split 10 children into 2 classrooms just so that way I could keep staff.
And how can we afford that?
You can't. Yeah, it's hard and it's challenging. And I'm going to go right back to advocacy and us banding together and going to our legislators and saying, hey, this is what we need. During this last legislative session, we received $1 billion of funding for our child care waiting list. It still wasn't enough, right? That was not enough. We appreciate it, but it wasn't enough. But they heard us, a little bit, right? So think this is Texas. Texas has vast resources, right? And we're talking about staffing as well, right? And staffing falls into your children, right? Having enough children to have scholarship children to pay your staff, right? And so also someone else said that the subsidy reimbursement rates do not equal the cost of quality. Let me say that, okay? But let me give it to Texas a little bit. In the last 2 years, we have received an increase for our Texas Rising Star providers. So we are thankful for that. But I cannot say enough how important that our voices are and how impactful that our voices are. Because across the country, early childhood educators are getting it done. California is one, right? California has retirement benefits. California, they're buying into their state retirement benefits. They have health benefits, but that did not happen overnight. That happened because early childhood educators, a lot of them, probably about 90% were family childcare educators, band together and told their government, hey, this is what we need. And now they have health insurance, retirement, and as well. They still have challenges, but it can happen. So I'm going to charge the Texas early childhood workforce to come together right now as we work towards the next 2 years to our next legislative system session to say, hey, this is what we want. We need more funding to fund the scholarship waiting list. One thing we need to know, so some of my mentors was like, you need to know how much you need to ask for, right? So we need to get together, and we have several different researchers and organizations in the audience that love to do that kind of stuff and say, hey, could y'all put the numbers together, and we can too. This is how much money Texas needs to make sure that we have enough funding for the entire waiting list. This is what we need, and we need one bill to do that, right? And that will solve a lot of the issues that we're talking about today. Staffing, scholarships, and also we can even pay our staff higher wages as well because they deserve to be paid. We have the most important job in the world, right? And we deserve to be compensated for their job, especially the staff who work for you ladies, okay? Do we have any other questions in the audience? Remarks? Yes, Shaniqua.
I'll just share a remark.
Okay.
I just want to say, Jolita, I really admire your leadership, and I really appreciate how you just seem to find the synergy and bringing people together. I've met some of you ladies on the panel. I've grown to know some of you ladies on the panel, and I just want to commend you too for, being vocal, using your voice, and I do encourage you to continue to use your voice. This work is very, very important, and what I've learned in some of the rooms that I've been in, it doesn't matter what it is you have to say in terms of, this is what I heard. They like to know, what do you know? And who knows better than you ladies who are doing this work, the ladies around me who are doing this work. And so, Julissa, just to piggyback on what you said, find that table, create the table, show up to our local city meetings, our county meetings, school boards, let them hear you. And of course, we know how to do it poised. We know how to be real pretty and eloquent with our words.
Mm-hmm.
But I do encourage you to continue to speak out. And Julissa, just thank you for creating these platforms. I really do admire your leadership.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I also just want to give a shout out to our community agencies. This last legislative session, Early Learning Alliance chartered us a bus. And it wasn't no school bus or nothing, it was a limousine bus, okay? We rode in style and we had fun. They had snacks. Childcare Associates was on that bus with us, and we really had a good time. So that is the power of community and collaboration and pulling our resources together to get something done. And in its past legislative session, I just wanted to give shots out to Senator Royce Rest. Did y'all know that House Senate Bill 599 was the first bill passed in this legislative session, and that bill had to do with family child care. Right? And so that bill lifts up barriers for more family child care centers to open across the state of Texas. And that is the power of using our network and the power of saying, hey, Senator Works, this is what is going on. He heard us and he made it happen. And he is a huge supporter. Also, thank you to our state rep, Chris Turner, who couldn't be here with us tonight because he has COVID, but he's also a great help. So what I'm saying is get to know your legislative representatives. Get to know your city council representatives as well. Our city council members couldn't be here tonight because there's a conference going on, or they would have been here tonight as well. So get to know them personally, and they will show up and they will move mountains for you. We are a living testimony.